Hello and welcome to the preview show.
And don't be alarmed,
Why is that?
because you're not seeing things in reverse.
Yes, it is. It's Bizarro World. But, Mark, I haven't told you this. This is Matt's last preview show with us.
What? He's going on to better things, is he?
Better things, yeah. Well, I don't know, different things.
How did the B. Baker show go?
I've been sacked with Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn. Oh, yeah. Glenn's gone. Yeah, in comes Aaron for the preview show because he's going to be doing a Melbourne preview show with Mr. Darren Potter.
Oh, fancy that. And how are you going to link up with Darren? What's the setup?
Darren's in town at the moment. Darren's in town for at least the next couple of months.
We got
Okay.
Skype technology happening, all sorts of
Yeah, no. So anyway, next week it'll be good. But the new site should be up and running next week. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it's going to have a lot of features. Yeah, it is. A lot of features. Lots of news articles. A lot more content driven. Your show, obviously, there'll be a lot of feature things.
All right. So you're just going off to your own show.
He's got his own show now. Him and Aaron have got their own show.
Well, you've just used us as piggyback.
Yeah,
No.
just going on, mate. You know, just like the Lions, mate. The old line suddenly has to wander off into the desert and die. Mate, we've been
I'll
replaced.
leave you guys to pour over the six-horse Sydney field.
Yeah.
And I'll be
Yes.
doing the Melbourne stuff.
Lovely, cool. Anyway, so plenty happening next week. We envisage the site should be up. Well, a lot of if the site's not up, you're going to be getting a lot of articles and stuff like that from Tuesday on anyway. So hopefully early to midweek next week should be up and running. So it looks really good and really exciting. And lots of different features, lots more content on the Punter Show, and we've got some very fine people going to be writing some stuff for us as well too. So that'll be a very good daily experience there for the Punter Show, which grows up next week.
Yes.
It's quite exciting. Anyway, what isn't exciting is the weather in Sydney, Mark, and how bad is it?
It's just cold and wet, isn't it, Darwin?
Yes, it is, definitely that.
Rain band came through yesterday mid-morning, and subsequent to that, it started raining this morning with a southeasterly stream of cold, moist air. And the worst of it is today. It should be just cold tomorrow and not so wet.
Yep.
Damage is already done. Kembla and Dowd.
Okay, is it? Oh,
I'm saying Kembla's
Yeah,
Dowd because Kembla's either dry or it's off.
yeah, it seems to be that way. An easy meeting to call off too, isn't it?
Well, yeah, except there's 9 races there, and
You're looking. Yeah, okay. You're.
look, I suppose they don't care. Rose Hill should be okay. I'll be surprised if it's in any doubt.
Seems a pretty safe wet track. Doesn't
Well, the weird thing is, at the moment, Dale, we have no other categorisation other than heavy. It's like, how's the track? That's heavy.
It's heavy, but
it's heavy.
I think what we have tomorrow is the difference between real wet mudlark heavy as opposed to heavy.
Yeah, but still, the last 2 meetings at Rose Hill have been wetter than the previous 2 meetings at Rose Hill.
But this is wetter again, isn't it? Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. I suppose it has to be.
Beautiful. All right, rail true off the fence. Obviously, will be the place to be, which they'll probably just all naturally do anyway.
Yeah, I think middle barriers. Because the widest barriers will overcook at the shade, but certainly you don't want to be on the inside.
And I would imagine the old play at Rose Hill, saving ground around those turning, sweeping bends, is very important tomorrow, I would have thought.
Yeah, but you've still got to be in a position to be, you can't be too cute about it.
Yep. Beautiful. Anyway, well, we haven't got a hell of a lot of runners, and I'm sure we're going to have a hell of a lot less.
I think we're already down to 73 or something.
Well, it was have we had any updates to the 9 scratchings that have been there for the last 2 days and haven't been updated?
Oh, there's one came out this morning.
One's come out. Instrumentals. All right. Okay. Cool. So yeah, it was 83 down to 73, isn't it? Something like that. All right. Race 1 is over 2,400 metres. Soviet Courage and Demeister is spawning it out for favouritism, $3.350, but Kabbalistic $4.20 and Ashkand is $5.50. Matt, they've steamed into all this already, have they, or what?
Yes, no action at all.
I think you're going to be saying that a bit, aren't you?
Been a few moves.
All right, Mark, who does what?
Well, we've got 2-3 day backer-uppers. I mean, that's spice to the mix straight away.
Yep.
And my thought is that Space will take it up, who was quickly across them the other day and then ended up upsetting. He'll be in the van. Ashcandle won't burn as much petrol as he did the other day. Kabbalistic will obviously race handy. and Glenn has a decision to make about Soviet Courage. De Meister should drop in behind him, and Zotsky at the tail.
All right, lovely. What are our thoughts here? Are you backing Ruppering, or are you?
Well, no, not really. I imagine, obviously the backer-uppers will be well found.
Yep.
But one Soviet Courage has stretched his neck out very nicely in his last 2 starts since showing that he was winner already at Warwick Farm when he finished astern of Cabalistic, but since then he's won 2 Saturday races, and I think he'll be birched tomorrow on account of his rails hugging run a fortnight back, which is certainly a concern, but I thought that was more against De Meister than him. One to beat 5 Cabalistic, who obviously has everything thrown at him by the Rico Shea camp. Used up in the middle stages the other day by James McDonald and boxed on fairly. 3 Ashcan was burned early and then had little offer late, and also burned in the bedding, so I'm expecting a better performance from him. And 4 Space, I looked at De Meister, who was clearly in great receipt of the bias the other day, and is the unders proposition in my 1-5-3-4, 3.5 units on number 1.
I disagree with you, Mark. There, I thought De Meister was the one. Really liked what it did in the yard. It sort of been whatever, and really made a stamp that it had come on a lot. So it's had that now. It's had that run to use that and then benefit and springboard off it. So I thought on that basis, but I do concede a highly biased assisted run last night. Matthew.
Yeah, I sort of couldn't sort of go past the 1 and 2. They fought out the finish last time, and to me, I think their form lines are just clearly better. I thought De Meister sort of has always been a bit of a run behind this campaign.
Yeah,
This is his
this is
chance.
the catch-up one.
Yeah,
that's sort of the point that I made. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd probably lean that way, but look, I don't think there's enough value in this race to be betting, so I won't be using any units.
Beautiful. All right. We mentioned that you are going to join Darren with the preview, and Darren is last week was a strange day at Flemington, wasn't he? Few near misses, but I think most people would have struggled to post a win last
It's
week.
a backup day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a backup day at Flemington.
I'll be there.
Oh, you're going to Flemington?
I'm looking for some Antarctic climate.
Going to
This is just a warm-up.
chasing the sun. But Darren has been really seeing them very well for the last few weeks, and speaking to him last night, he's very, very keen on this meeting.
Yeah, it's I think it's about 4 metre rail, which sort of I think it evens things up in Flemington. Last night, if you're on the fence, it was no go, but 4 metres, everyone gets it.
Isn't this the Grand National Steeple meeting?
Is it?
Last week was the Grand National Hurdle meeting.
Okay, is that, do we have a Grand National?
No, we don't have any jumps anymore.
No, they're not allowed.
Once upon a time.
It probably would have been, wouldn't it? Yeah, yes. Sharp as.
There you go.
Alright, Darren stuff online now. Interim set, as I said, very, very confident, and you can access that either via just buying his stuff straight out, or going to ProBet Alive, where you get the full treatment all throughout the day for both Sydney and Melbourne.
Massage constantly.
Absolutely. Race 2 is a benchmark 74 handicap over 1500 metres, where El Lu is 550, Elusive Catch 750, Allegria. Why is that running again? $2.70 and Francesco $4.60.
Yeah.
And James McDonald attempting to break through, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're burning a good horse to try to get James McDonald a premiership.
The best back has been Francesco, which I'd be interested to hear Mark's report on that. On his impressive return, looked impressive anyway.
Is it a day for the first or second uppers from like 4 million days off? How many of them do we see? It had 400 odd days off and second up, and there's so many of them throughout the card. Really good mix too, isn't it? On a heavy track for that.
Yeah.
So Francesco, there's been support.
Yeah, well supported. $7 was given. There was a scratching of her story, but that's now $4.60. A nibble for Elusive Catch, 10s to 7s, and Duccio nibbled at big odds, 26s in. That's 18.
Interesting.
It's an interesting race.
Well, it also looks a steady race, whilst, certainly the, what's it, not Lanzini, what's the horse's name? that won the lead up,
Land
Land Grant.
Lime grass.
Land's End is John Ryan at Warwick Farm. Yeah, that was moderately run. This promises to be similarly run. I imagine Duccio will attempt to take it up. 58 Facets are posse up, El Lil posse up, and Steeman could come across with Duccio, the other four sitting off them. Obviously Francesco doesn't have to be ridden back. I mean, he was devastating ridden off the speed in a very, very weak maiden at Kimber. So he can certainly posse up if he wants. Yeah, so Jay McDonald, how many rides has he had? How many rides did he have on Wednesday? And I think he had a couple yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
No winners?
No, I think so. He did,
He's had the
I
tune-up?
watched him in a few rides over in Europe and he didn't win anything.
Oh right, so he's become a nonny, is he?
Yeah, he's gone. He's off.
I think he rode him pretty well.
He's off.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, this horse. So
Yeah, so like
too
H Bowman found the rail and then got off the rail to make his run. I know that everyone was screaming how unlucky she was. Look, I mean, she's in a similar type of race and I have to put her on top.
I tell you the big difference, Mark, is that go from heavy 8 to heavy 10 or whatever. That is the
Well,
huge
what you know
difference.
what will happen?
What's it?
Rick will scratch.
But the thing is, it seems like Rick is keeping this horse around to help James.
James doesn't need any help.
Yeah, well, I just reading between the lines in the article of Rick's summation of his first 12 months. We'll try to get James the premiership. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's a very good horse, and you're wasting her. It should be a spring horse. It's terrible.
Anyway, it's still on top with me, but look, the one I like is number 1 Duccio, who sat out in the cheap seats first up on a big bias day, and he'll be in the van here and giving something to offer. 958 Facets is 3-year-old filly that's third up, and her 2 runs in Sydney have been worthwhile, and 3 El Lou had all the favours the other day, but we'll be there. So Francesco, I'll have a look at him again. He just won a emptiest of all races at Kembla, so a watch on him. 5193, 3.5 units Allegri and 2.5 units number 1 Duccio.
Strange race.
You're bailing out?
Oh, look, I mean, final decision, I thought it was baked up and cooked, but, you know, that might be an okay play tomorrow. Being baked up, cooked, fit, thin, gone, really likes the wet, you know, but to come into a horse like that, you just can't. Allegria is the best horse in the race by 57 lengths.
You're never going to tip it here, though.
What's that?
So you are never going to tip Allegria.
No, can't. But then again, yeah, believe me. And Duccio isn't a wet track type either, so you know that was the obvious fullback play. But
It's not a wet time.
yeah, nothing wins. That's it.
No?
Something's got to
Pat,
win.
you've got something to offer here.
Oh no, I don't really. I sort of the times and the numbers I saw from the Francesco race were no good. Like I don't think they were very good.
No. But I mean,
But then I did
returning.
Yeah, I did. But her trials before that race were against some good horses.
Duccio was trialling better than Francesco.
Yeah.
They were trying. They did have a
exactly.
match-up trial.
Yeah. So no, I thought there could be some value in the one, but look, I'm not gonna. If it's not a wet track type, I'm gonna stay out again this race.
It's keeping his powder dry.
There you go.
What have we got to offer now?
What have we got to offer, Mark? You're not offering Kembla, you're offering Rose Hill. Well, you might not be offering Kembla.
Oh, I'm offering Kembla if it's on. So
Yep.
Rose Hill Kembla, and the cherry on the top is the Christmas in July meeting at Hawkesbury.
I'm going to put that up. Thank you. Yes. Well, is that'll be fine? Yeah, but it's so right.
Hawkesbury, right,
Yeah, cool. Christmas and July Sunday. So have a bet Sunday if you want to get involved there. And of course, Mark's stuff. Mark, what are you saying about this card from your point of view?
Oh, I quite like it. I was quite happy to get through it.
There's some very interesting prices there, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, very interesting pricing. So yes, to grab all of Mark's pricing, make sure you do that because
Yes.
there's some very
What
interesting.
are you looking at this for, Dale? Because the scratchings will be
Yeah, that's
in
right.
play here.
It'll be totally different.
There's this set, and there's tomorrow's set.
Yeah,
It's
exactly
totally
right.
different.
But where we're starting from there looks an interesting starting point. So Mark's stuff, obviously, as it always is, will be available online around about the 9 o'clock mark tomorrow morning. Thereabouts, probably a little bit earlier, depending on how it all goes.
Just call me the odds maker.
Yeah, there it is. Definitely grab Mark's stuff there, as you know. know, we've been saying it for years, and it's been very good for years.
I've been paying Dallas to say that for years.
Well, it's been going on for a longer time than I've been saying it, Mark. The 2-year-olds is over 1,100 metres, and very interesting race this one. $5.50 Voila, $4.60 Inner Circle, King's Troop $3.10. Mark,
What have you done with King's Troop, Mark? Expected price.
Oh, I'm being cheeky.
Yeah.
Look, speed from out wide here. Oh, sorry, Matt. What's happening?
Yeah, they come.
King's Troop,
Yeah.
$5 into $3.
One of the Mark Pearls, the old little first starter tip, the
Sure,
first one
right.
back.
Yeah.
There it is.
15 into 11 Japonisme, and some very astute judges took the $61 Our First Lady, and that's now about 26. Wasn't a bad win at
Who was that
Kemba.
astute? Was that your Aaron?
Probably Mark, I think.
No?
No, I was assuming someone with like a nice green win at Kembla or Newcastle.
Kemba.
Kembla, yeah.
Okay.
This is a very interesting race, Dal, and
It
we've got
is,
this very
it is.
heavily spruiked debutant from gate 1.
Yes. Good. Got the good draw.
The low draw.
The low draw, yes, I know. Yeah, lovely. 1,100 metres. First uppers, probably not. I mean, as we mentioned a couple of times the last few weeks, the 2-year-old races have been dominated by horses that are up, running and fit. Probably not to the extent on the 1,100 metres, but then again, it's probably not as heavy as the track as we're going to see tomorrow either as well too. So, yes, it's a little bit of a conundrum, isn't it?
It is, and I've got carriages in the van. Certainly King's Troop you can expect to be part of the action. Honey Para has speed, was ridden off the speed at Canberra. Inner Circle has speed, and next best would be Japonisme. Voilier is quite a classy type that returns here, and of course, given that good old Gary's training that there's no trial to guide you, Zeft Lieutenant could be part of the action as well, because he certainly has pace. And I have the others going back. Our First Lady, Cheeky Dave, next witness, Wudang Mountain, Tatouche. 6 King's Troop is the best horse in the race. Whether he wins tomorrow is problematic. I'm having 2 units on him, but that's because he's the best horse in the race, so I've marked him a 4-to-1 chance. 8 Tatouche has returned in his second preparation and did a good job to win at Wyong, and then actually won a very deep, dare I say it, 2-year-old country race.
Well, it was a big topic of discussion. It was a deep enough country race to get a big discussion on the Punters Show.
It was indeed. It was indeed.
Mr. Lynch might have been a little bit quiet on it in the end there,
Well,
wasn't he?
yeah, it's funny because the RaceNet comment says fell in. So
Fell in, yeah, exactly, fell in. Rider almost fell off. Maybe.
Anyway, Tatouche has got a little bit of spring in his step in relation to this race. H. Bowman settling off what should be a good tempo. 1 Voilier is, I'm going to say, the second best horse in the race.
You want a coffee at all? No, you're right? Good. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, and B. Shin booked first up. The scene of his debut win. And 4 Japonisme, I came away from Canterbury saying this horse won against the bias. I know he sat third fence and he railed through, and I'm saying that was against the bias on that day. He comes home for his second up run, and whether Chris starts him or not is interesting, but I'd certainly give him the Guernsey here. So just the 2 units on King's Troop, but an interesting race, 6-8-1-4. Number 2 Inner Circle showed himself up a bit in his first preparation, but he's resuming in his second preparation.
He is, but he's got that, I think I mentioned it was last week or the week before, anything out of that Tarquin race is just going to get Brascoed for the next little bit, isn't it? As soon as you see that, it just goes straight in the bin, and I think it's a fair play, isn't it? Alright, Matthew, what are you saying about King's Troop?
It looks to me like a perfect little wet track car.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I don't think he's a great horse. I think he's a bit squibby. He's just
Okay.
got you'll see him tomorrow. He just takes little short steps,
Yeah.
but real fast ones. So I think that's what you need for like 1100. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the Julietta when she got away with that sort of race. I think
Maybe, so you're thinking maybe wins tomorrow and it's 1 in 3 first last time only?
maybe
So he's going to be skipping on the ground.
I think
isn't
it
he?
is a little skipper. It'll skip away. And like in a circle, sort of couldn't keep up with him in the trial, and he ran away from Inner Circle. So Yeah, I think nice wet tracker, but I don't know if he's much of a horse. Barrier 1 is an issue, but the heavier it is, the better ground is actually not that much better than. But yeah, I'm on him. I'll have 5 units on him, and I'm gonna have one on Wudang Mountain. The 1100 might be a bit short, but if they do fold up, I like the way he sort of debuted in the Sempre Libera race, and he had 2 trials since, and they trialled really well. And I was really surprised to see him $26. I thought that he'll be there late, but
Accepted at Kendra as well, and
no rider there. So the old play, the old I'll tip the scratching play again. We've seen this a little bit, Mark.
Yeah.
We've seen this a little bit.
Gary Nixon, the trial's probably a good thing for Boileau, is it?
Oh, look,
he's just an old style trainer that's doesn't want to spend the money.
Vallo actually has returned some okay numbers compared to its alumni.
Well, his last start is in the headline race of the autumn.
And anything.
Might have one on Boileau.
And look, I suppose it's effectively his third prep, isn't it? From memory, a little wet track type too, so might be alright. Be Shin, why not? And Lieutenant, worth noting, is going back to the best form line of the 2-year-old season, which was the barrier trial against Vancouver.
Yeah.
Held up.
And trialled really well, I thought, since.
Still cut clean on it though, but anyway. But they're interesting, but they're both first up 1100 metres.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 1100 metres first up, okay. First up wet track, I should say. Anyway, interesting race with plenty of angles to it, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I was about to say Brian Fletcher. Stephen Fletcher. Stephen Fletcher had a very good Wednesday with his with the straight line tip service.
Yes, he did.
3 from 5 winners and a second, I think, a decent odds. So Fletch is starting to go very, very well.
Is Ben getting these tips?
No, I don't think so. We got a lot of tips.
$10 a week.
He can sign up for them if he wants. Yeah, exactly. But also,
you know how he's always asking. Do I get that?
No, do I get that? We've got the $20 service with Fletch, but we've also got the race by race service from Sydney and Melbourne, which started last week.
Yeah.
Going to tweak, just add a couple of little things to it as well this week, just
Just beefing it up, eh?
Oh, just a little bit like just with a rated price rather than just the price guide sort of thing that a few people have asked for, so that's all cool. Found plenty of winners, spotted plenty of horses that got beat, and was just pretty much right on the mark. Both sets were winning sets in Sydney and Melbourne for a starting point, which is unusual for anything that we do, because normally our starting points we lose.
It's a good sign if you can defy the curse.
Defy the Punter Show curse for a first up service.
Yeah. It's a great little product as we started. So
so if you want to get Steve Fletcher's information, which is golden, just go via 1 to follow us on the link to our side, obviously, that we'll get it through there as the planes go over. Alpha Flight Services handicap is appropriate. Breakfast in bed $7, very delicious $3.20, 460 Commanding Wit, and Amazon $7. Definitely not Amazon weather here.
Yeah, the only real movers Amazon 11 into 7.
Okay. Might be with us today. Didn't see it second up. Geez, it was big first one. Mark.
Transfers controls. Transfers drawn beautiful. Graham McDonald. Looks a good ride there. Commanding Wit should track transfers. Breakfast in bed next. Aussie. Cat's Eye Surprise. Amazon ahead of Sense of Reason down on the inside. Very Delicious back and Refer back.
Yes.
3 Very Delicious does have a small issue tomorrow. It's sort of the Train of Kariba issue. It's like just being a bit one-dimensional.
Yeah.
But she's on top of 4 Commanding Wit, who was outside the lane the other day and
Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, she was okay. She gets into a gun position here. 7 transfers. We'll attempt to make all and should go well. And 5 Sense and Reason. 3, 4, 7, 5. No Amazon from me. No Breakfast in Bed from me. 4 units Very Delicious. 3.5 units Commanding Wit.
Yeah, I'm Commanding Wit's more meaningful. Sick of Jason's 2 horses.
Yeah, I don't mind Refer. I like the way she was the one in the boys race last week
Yeah.
against Houseman, and stepping back to the females, and the running, the Hazard and Real Surreal, and it's like it's good, and she's just never raced these horses before. I've never. She doesn't fit into the form line, so $12 I'm going to have 2 units on her.
Good theory. All right, beautiful. All right. Well, anything else to add about that race? As I mentioned, Amazon. If there is a little bit of a sprint for it there, it could coincide with it being actually fit. As I said, I didn't see the second half, but I would have thought she would have needed that run at least to bring her to the top. Got a handy enough horse on the day.
I've tried to
Won
find
3
it,
races in a row.
Oh, you so no good for you. And breakfast in bed.
I mean, too very. He has found his form, too very.
Yeah, especially on horses that are coming from behind.
Yes,
obviously.
yes.
And breakfast in bed. Yeah, we really did make a big improvement first to second up last time, so fitness-wise should almost be right there. But yeah, you did. That's race 4, and that is part 1 of the previous show.